Click on navigate forms. So select the folder you want to create the form and click on actions, create simple form. So form name, yes, we'll create it as total liabilities, right? So description, total liabilities. So always console cube, use metric, use approval group dimension. You need not take this one. This use approval group dimension is very new one, only it is there in this version. In last version it is not there. So remaining everything you can keep here. Instructions, if you want to give any instructions to end user, you can give step 1, step 2, etc. So click on layout. This is very very important. So right, you can see I'm minimizing this one and I'm minimizing this two left pane and right pane. So here the most important thing is whatever we put under the point of view, it will be restricted, and whatever we put under page dimensions, end user can select that hierarchy. And rows and columns normally, so I am dragging this account dimension to rows. Yes, I am dragging this entity dimension to columns. So end user has to select year and period every time, right? So I'm dragging this period to page dimensions. See, when I drag it to here, it won't come. So you have to drag it to exactly on page. See, years exactly on page. So remaining everything I want to restrict. If you want to drag product also, you can drag. So product, yes, done. So scenario, I'm restricting to AC, TUAL actual. Yes, currency, entity currency, ENTITY entity currency. Data source, data INPUT. Intercompany, no intercompany, no space intercompany. View, always periodic, PERIODIC, periodic. Movement, I told you right, as of now, stick to changes in cash, CHANGES space INCASH cash. Consolidation, always entity input. Multi gap, always local gap, okay, LOCAL space GAP gap. Now, for period, right, select, you can edit and you can select the entire hierarchy. So, period total, level 0 descendants. Okay. So, you can select all the periods. Year also, year, click on edit, years, level 0 descendants. Likewise, product also, edit, right? You can say take total products, level 0 descendants. So here you can see exclude. So if you are having 10 members in a hierarchy and you want to use only 9 members, here I don't want to use no product. Yes, exclude. Here I can select a particular product. So under total product there is no product, right? Yes. It means end user cannot select that no product. We have excluded that no product from the total product hierarchy. That's it. Now account dimension, yes. If you want, you can directly type CASH cash, if you know the member. So I want to add one more row. Right click on the one, row one, and then add row. Yes, BANK bank. Again, right click on the row and add row. So INCOME from SALGS. Right click and add row. Income from services. Right click and add row. So here, see, unlike HFM, you cannot create these data forms with the help of scripting. So if you want to add 100 lines manually, you have to add 100 lines. Salaries, right? See, right here. I'll type INDIA India, right click on column A, and then add column. HONG Hong Kong, right click, add column. JAPAN Japan, right click, add column. SINGAPORE Singapore, just give me 1 second. Done, right? So click next. So other options you leave default, means what are the currencies, etc., etc., you can leave default. Click finish. See, so you can directly preview from here. You can see, right, when you click on layout here, you will see all the previews and everything. When you click on preview, it will show you the preview. See, right? So yes, close this one. You can close this one. Where do I see the gray data forms? Under data only. Click on home directory, data. Here you can see data forms also. See, open this. You can work on this here. Right? See. So yes, you can enter the data 100, 200, 300, 400. Likewise. Right? Save. It will be saved. See. For saving, it will take at least 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. You have to wait. You will get a data saved message. See, data has been saved. Now you can see here, see scenario actual, all these are grayed out because we restricted. We put it in POV, point of view. So it is restricted. For period you can select, year you can select, laptops you can select all the base members. See, laptops, desktop, servers. When you click on softwares, you can select, but you cannot select no product. See, because we restricted, we excluded no product. So this is how we create the data forms. Very, very easy, right? Then what is complication in data forms? You have to know each and every property, right? So close this one, go back to data forms, go back to folder, click on edit button, click on layout. Now see all these options, right? You have to learn each and every option one by one. So suppress missing blocks, suppress missing data rows, suppress invalid rows, suppress columns. What happens when you suppress? See, we have data in India and Singapore only. Japan and Hong Kong, we don't have data. So I'll suppress all those things. Now save, and when you open, when you preview, you don't see data for, say, India and Singapore. Wherever is data there, only those columns or those rows will be visible. You cannot see other data. So normally in live we use these suppress options. Okay, suppress rows and suppress columns. So all these are suppress options only. Dimension properties. See, when you click on dimension properties, you are not seeing anything. You have to click on any dimension. Click on actual scenario here. See, now you see all the dimensions. Clear? So apply to all POV dimensions. What are all POV dimensions? This is POV, right? So whatever you apply for a scenario, it will be applicable to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these 8 dimensions are POV dimensions. So we'll see that one. Okay. Hide dimension. When I click on hide dimension, what happens? Right? Save. Now when you click on preview, you don't see the scenario dimension under the POV. See, here you don't see scenario dimension. Right, hide, that is called hide dimension. Now I'll apply this to all POV dimensions. Then what happens? Guess and tell, anybody. When I click on to all POV dimensions, all 80 dimensions will be hidden now. See, Click. Now save this one. Now when I click on preview, you will see only these three dimensions, that is page dimensions. All POV dimensions are hidden. So when I untick this one right now, still every dimension will be hidden. See, this is hidden, see, and periodic, this is also hidden. So you have to untick this and then you have to apply to all dimensions and save. Then every dimension will be unhidden now. Clear? So right, I'm removing this one now. So yes. Next, member name. Whether to display member name or alias name, you have to select it here. What is alias? So this you have to manipulate from application level. Then only you can see the alias. Okay. So just give me 1 second for actual. Yes. Uh, shall we put any other thing? Okay, data input intercompany. Okay, for actual only we'll manipulate, right? So I'm closing this one. So go to navigate, dimensions, scenario dimension. Go to scenario dimension. For actual, click on edit button. See here you see the alias. So here alias I put it as ACT. Okay, done. Save. So whenever you change the metadata in FCCS, you have to refresh the database. Yes, refresh the database. This refresh should take less than 2 minutes in our application. If it is taking more than 2 minutes, it means you have a lot of errors in metadata. Okay, I'll tell you how to solve all those errors. Slowly you will learn. So this alias display you have to manipulate from application level. Otherwise, it will not show. So simply I'll put alias now, but still it will show original name only. 42 seconds. Yes, see, it will be max 1 minute or 1.5 minute. 1 minute 30 seconds. It should complete. Refresh should complete. If it is taking more time, please inform me, everyone. Okay, right, finish. Now go back to forms, expand, right, edit. So go to layout. So click on dimension properties. So here I'm keeping alias save. Now in preview, what is our alias? ACT, right? See, when you click on preview, it will still show. Yeah, it is showing act. See, it is showing alias only, right? So if you want to show the member name, it will show. Remove this, and if you click on member name, save, it will show member name. Still alias act. It is showing alias name. See, so I told you, right? It has to be manipulated from application level. So close this, go to settings here. So alias table, display member label as alias. Here member name, save this one. Done. Even then it will show alias name only. See, go to forms, right, right, edit, layout, click on actual, right, save and finish. Still it will show alias name only, because along with settings you have to this saved, right. So this is saved, right. So click on navigate and user preferences here also, right. Go to display general, right, alias setting, display member name as member name, save. Done. Now now we'll see, go to forms, edit, layout. Now click on preview. You will see actual. Advana? So you have to manipulate two places to show the member name. One is settings, another one is user preferences. So now right, go to actual dimension properties, remove this member name and put alias, save. Now preview. See, either it will show member name or alias. If you want to show it as alias name, then again go to settings and user preferences and change that to alias name. Okay, right, next. Member formula. What is member formula? So while creating the metadata, we use a member formula. In metadata chapter, you will understand that, but I'll show you what is member formula. Go to navigate and dimensions. For all the members, I did not put the member formula. So go to scenario dimension. See, for variance, right? When you click on edit button, here, see, dynamic storage, dynamic calc. So this is the member formula. So I have created a member formula for variance. What is the formula? What is variance means? Actual minus budget, right? So I used a function called at the rate of variance. At the rate of variance actual budget, so it will show the difference between actual and budget. This is called member formula. Yes, for all the calculations at metadata level, you can use the member formula. So cancel this. I want to see this member formula. Now go to forms, go to your folder. Yes, edit. So layout, see here, actual, I'll put variance, variance, right? Yes. Spelling mistake, comma, sorry, variance, right? Variance. So here I'll put member formula. Right now, save and preview, you will see the member formula there. See? FX. When you click on this F, right, it will show the member formula. At the rate of whatever the formula you used, it will show that one. Can anybody correlate this with HFM? In HFM data grid, there is a in a account dimension there is a attribute called calc attribute, right? If you want to show the logic you used, we have to put some the formula in that calc attribute. So same thing here. That is called member formula. Same member formula description also same. Whatever the description you used for member formula, right? It will show. So height dimension, you all know what is height dimension, right? So consolidation operators. So what do you mean by consolidation operator? When you click on consolidation operators, it will show plus or minus. See? So right, preview. So variance, it is not showing anything here. So this consolidation operators, it is better to see it in account dimension. So here account dimension, right? See? Consolidation operators. So consolidation operators. Save. For every item, it will show plus or minus. See? Plus means whether it is adding or separating, you will understand. But normally, every item will be addition, whether it is expense, whether it is liability, whether it is whether it is asset, whether it is revenue, everything will be plus only. I'll tell you why it is plus. Okay. So this is called consolidation operator. So POV dimensions, all items understood, right? Apply to all POV dimensions, member name, alias, member formula description, height dimension, show consolidation operators. The same thing for page dimensions also. See, apply to all page dimensions, same. Now row dimensions. So you see some more in row dimensions. What are those? Apply to all row dimensions, same. Member name, alias, member formula description, height dimension, consolidation operators. Start expanded. So when you are taking the parent members, so here I am creating one more member. Right click, one more row. Here we will take the parent now. Remove the salaries. So click on this arrow button and then edit. So here we'll take one. So expand balance sheet, expand traditional approach, expand total assets, long term assets, right? I'll take FX descendants including. Okay, done. Now I clicked on start expanded. So you need not expand that in our grid. See? So here you see all these are expanded. If you untick this one, right? What happens if you untick this one? What happens? You have to manually expand each and every hierarchy. See? So FCCS it will come as collapsed. So you have to expand like this, and you have to expand like this, and you have to expand like this. Each and every item you have to expand manually. So always we always check that start expanded item. Okay. See? Everything you have to manually expand. So this one always I'll put it as start expanded, right? Yes. Next, enable custom attributes. What do you mean by custom attributes? So for account dimension and particularly entity dimension, there will be some attributes. What are those? Is ICP, is CTA account, is override account. Likewise there will be some attributes, right? So we'll go, I'll show you what is that attribute. So come here, go to dimensions, click on dimensions, and when you go to account dimension, balance sheet, traditional approach, total assets, see, when you go to here, when you click on edit button here, this is called attribute values. I told you, right? Is plug account, is intercompany account, etc. The same thing you will find in entity dimension. Every dimension you will find this, right? When you click on this, you will find this. Sorry, in all main product. See, okay, only entity dimension, right? So entity dimension, yes, you will find this. So Asia, see, custom attributes is intercompany, yes, whether this particular entity is intercompany. So when you go to India, it is already ticked. See, intercompany, yes, ICP entity, yes. So let me see scenario dimension. You won't find this, I guess, attribute values. Only account and entity dimensions you will find. Account entity. So movement dimension, edit. Yes, movement dimension also you see is default movement. Okay. So account entity movement and multi gap, no. And product, no. And view dimension, no. Year and period also no. So data source, yes, data source. What is the okay? So you see these attribute values for account dimension, entity dimension, movement dimension, and the data source dimension. Okay. So this is called attribute values. So yes, we'll go to forms and we'll manipulate that. So expand library. Yes. So for entity dimensions, right? For India, see, we'll put enable custom attributes. What happens? It will show is intercompany. Yes. Now when you save this one, it will show whether this particular entity is intercompany or not. See, for Japan, ICPS. For India, ICPS. It means in the data form only you can recognize that this particular entity is intercompany enabled. Singapore and Hong Kong are not into ICP entities. Only India and Japan are ICP entities. By seeing this one, you can understand, right? So that is called enable custom attributes. Okay, right. Next, drill on shared members. So as of now, drill on shared members. we have to select the shared members, right? So we have to create that first. Okay, as of now please leave this one. Okay, this leave this drill on shared members. I'll give you the notes. Okay, show currency, it will show the currency. Yes. Now see, for every entity it will show whether it is INR or HKD, etc. See, India INR, Singapore SGD, Japan JPY, etc. Next, show qualified name. What do you mean by qualified name? So when you preview this, how it is showing? Just India, right? See, it is showing India, Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong. What do you mean by qualified name? Asia dot India is a qualified name. See, always save. Now when I click on preview, it will show it as, see, Asia dot India, Asia dot Singapore. So for alternate hierarchy, it will be very useful because India is shared member with management also. Then it will show management dot India, Asia dot India. So normally, if you are having alternate hierarchy, then never. Okay, I'll put it as never. So this is called dimension properties. So grid properties, dimension properties, segment properties. What is segment properties? So segment properties means rows or columns. When I click on this one, then it will be applicable. See, when I click on A, then it will be applicable. See, column A properties. Here, when I click on one, it will show column one properties. I mean row one properties. Same apply to all rows. Hide, read only. You can make a particular row or particular column read only. When you preview this, see, I can enter the data in. So just give me 1 second. We'll change it to variance. Change it to actual, ACTUAL actual. Yes. Save it. Now see, when you click on preview, you can enter the data here now, right? Here you can enter. Now I don't want first item, cache item, right? I don't want end user to enter the data. So click on cache, one, row one, and put it as read only. Now you cannot enter data for row one. See, it is grayed out. So yes, through data forms you can put it. Next, show separator. So for all totals, right, you can put a separator. So here see, cash, bank, sales, services, and salaries. After salaries, I want to put an underline. So I'll click on row number 5 and then I'll put it as show separator. Now when you see this one, there you will see a total line. See, after salaries, you see a line here. For all the totals are parents, right, you can put, so that your data form exactly looks like the actual income statement or actual balance sheet, like that. Next, suppress hierarchy. So what is this suppress hierarchy? I'm saving this and I'll show you. See, now by seeing the screenshot, you can see this FCCS goodwill is parent, goodwill offset and goodwill input are child members, and then intangible assets is parent of goodwill. A fixed assets is parent of machinery, building, land. Now, when I suppress the hierarchy, click on row 6 and then click on suppress hierarchy. Now, you cannot recognize parent or child. It will just like other member, it will show. See, you cannot recognize what is parent and what is child here. So, when you suppress the hierarchy, that is the result it will show. Right, suppress missing data for a particular row. You don't want to suppress all the rows and all the columns. If you want to suppress the data throughout the form, you have to manipulate from grid properties. You want to suppress a particular row or particular column, then you have to suppress here. So row height, etc, etc. Now enable drop down box for account dimension. When you put this one, right, see, save. Now after every member, it will show the drop down box. See, where is that? Here, see, you can see, you can select a members drop down box. So only row 6 properties we enabled. See, row 6 properties we enabled, enable dot drop down box, right? So for only row 6, So cash it is not enabled. See, you don't see any drop down. Bank you don't see any drop down. Services you don't even see. Salaries you don't see. For goodwill, see, here you can select, and you can select any particular member. See, so that is called in HFM also add member concept is there, right? While creating the data forms, there is a concept called add member. Similar, same activity, same attribute. Here it is called enable drop down from account dimension. Right? This is called segment properties. So grid properties, dimension properties, segment properties. Now display properties. Make entire form as read only. Yes, when you click on this entire form, save. Done, finish, review. See, entire form is read only. You cannot only, you don't want end user to to manipulate the data. So you can make the entire form as read only. Hide form. This one save, right, finish. Now finish, close it here. Now go to data and then see, you don't see the form. See, means you only admins should use the forms. Yes, we'll hide all the forms. So when you, how do I see the form now? So click on navigate and then forms, and then go to library, and then the folder. Here you can see the form. Here. So if only admins want to see this one, you can hide the form. Click on edit button, click on layout. Now people cannot go here. Normal users, right? When they log in with their user ID, they won't see these many options because you are all administrators. You can see all the options. Clear? So while giving the privileges or provisioning or rights to users, will restrict the menu items. Clear? So click on navigate, forms, expand, edit, layout, and click on display properties, remove this hide form. Okay, display missing value as blank. Yes, 100% we always use this one. Otherwise, everything will come as hash missing, which is very, very much irritating. See, hash missing, hash missing, hash missing. So regularly I take this one. So enable mass allocate. This won't work for FCCS. This is for EPBCS people. Okay, so this won't work. Enable grid spread will work. See, enable grid spreads, two or three items for data forms, right? I'll give it as a separate notes. Okay, as of now, for this one we have to create a separate grid. As of now, you need not practice this enable grid spread. Okay, enable cell level document. Yes, so whenever you want to attach any document, just like in HFM we attach the documents, right? Document size, etc. Here also we can attach the document. So I am closing this one. Now refresh, open this. Here I want to attach the document. Right click, attachment. See, yes, I can choose a file, any file. So pictures, some file. Yes, upload. So actually, in my system it is not working. There is some problem with my Google Chrome browser, but you can do in our system. It will be uploaded. Okay. Now right click. I can see the attachments here. Right. Now I want to disable it. Right. Go to forms. See here also you can manipulate from here also. See, you can click on edit button here. Form designer. Here also you can go to form designer layout. So go to display properties. So remove this and save. Then close this one. Now see, when I right click, you don't see attachments here. See, you cannot attach any document. You can disable or enable the screenshot, attaching screenshots or excel files or jpgs, etc. Okay, right. Next, so message for forms with no data, even this is not working. So even though there is no data, it will show nothing. You can leave it. Okay, it is not working. Message from for forms which with no data. Maybe in admin guide, if you see anything or if you are able to achieve this one, right? Please share knowledge to all of others. So we are leaving three or four options in the entire data forms. What are those? Enable mass allocate. I hope this will not work because since 2 years we are trying that. Every time, right? I ask people to do R&D on what is mass allocate. It is only for EPPCS. Okay, I understood that. I may be wrong. Once again, అమ్మా అది ఆ మాస్ అలకేట్ అనేది నాకు చేత కాకపోవచ్చు అనుకుంటున్నాను. నేను మొత్తం అడ్మిన్ గైడ్లో కానీ ఎక్కడ కూడా దానికి ప్రాపర్ నోట్స్ లేదు. బట్ ఈపీబీసీఎస్ ఇట్ విల్ వర్క్. ఓకే, ఎనేబుల్ గ్రిడ్ స్ప్రెడ్ వీ కెన్ అచీవ్ దట్ ఇన్ ఎఫ్సిసిఎస్. మీకోసం దానికోసం స్పెషల్గా నోట్స్ ఇస్తాను మీకు, చూదురు కానీ. And message for forms with no data, 100% it won't work as of now. Every time we are trying that. Next, hide save confirmation message. So yes, I will take this one, save. So last time when we entered the data and when we saved, right? So refresh, see, close and open again. When you enter the data and when you, so I'll change it to 500. Now save. It won't show you any confirmation message, it will be saved. So if you hide the confirmation message directly, it will save. See, this color will change. See, it is saved, right? Without any confirmation, it is saved. That is called save confirmation message. So yes, go to forms. Yes, expand, edit, layout. Yes, go to display properties. Yes, we always want that confirmation message. Next, smart view options. Disable spreading, disable format, leave default. We never touch these smart view options. Okay, so next, printing options. This one also we never touch this printing option. So when you directly you can print from this form, this facility is not there in HFM. Forms cannot be used as reports, but in FCCS, data grids and data forms can be used as a reports also. You can directly print from data forms, right? Whatever the comments, right? All this you can, if you put, right, when you click on print button, it will print from the printer directly. Okay, so validation rules, yes, we regularly use these validation rules. What do is meant by validation rules? So you can give coloring, etc. See, so click on rules is applicable to grid. Okay, right, click on add button. So you can see new rule, my RULE rule. Description, RULE rule tools, color. Okay, this is my rule. You want to color the data more than some amount, right? So click here. See, you see, if current cell value is greater than value 300, so process, right? Click on right. If then, right, you put then process cell. Here you can see the, right, transparent, whatever it is there, I'll put it as blue color. Yes, it is cell background color, right? So it is not cell background color. Okay, we'll try and we'll see. Done, click OK. Now when you click on preview, all the values which are more than 300, So background color I changed. So yes, this rule is not correct, so remove this rule. Only font should be changed and color of data should be changed. So again, my rule, yes. So click if current sale value is greater than 300, yes, and then click add. Then right, process cell, which one delete, yes, click on this. Aganama cell, where is the only cell అయితే data కాదు. Yes, cell color will be changed. If I want to change the data color, can I do that? Process cell. So okay, it will color the cell only, not the data. Antema, that is cell only. Yes, okay. Validate, there are no validation errors. Click ok and then see the preview. Okay, it will color the cell only, not the data. Okay, right. This is called validation rules. Okay, so particular items which is matching the condition, it will validate. So this is called data forms. Other options we leave it as default. Business rules. So yes, you can create a own on-demand rule in HFM, right? Same thing you can create it here also. In rules chapter, I'll tell you what is on-demand rule. Okay. So remaining everything is leave default. This is called forms. Okay. All these properties try to read once. All the basic forms you have to create. Okay. Whatever the homework I have given you, right? Try to create all the forms. So just give me 1 second.